Happy Wednesday. I hope everything is going well where you're at. I know where I'm at. We're having a little thing called Milton is coming up to meet us. But hey, in case you're wondering what you're watching, hey, it's time for the Perfect Action live stream. Why do I call it the Imperfect Action live stream? Because too many people wait around for the perfect time to act. You know what? There is no such thing as the perfect time. It doesn't exist. And if that's what you're waiting for, you're going to be waiting for the rest of your life to do something. Just take the imperfect action, just do it and figure it out. Figure it out from there. Who am I? I'm Rob Maker, former corporate burnout survivor, turned king builder. I want to see you get out of the rut. I want to see you start living your dream life and take action. What it is you want to accomplish. Uh, Enough of that. Hey, I'm going to jump on here, kind of talk some things about overwhelm. Overwhelm. You know, I just got back from Depot. I'm actually recording this. I just got back from Home Depot because one of the things I had to pick up some things to get ready for this storm. And there were some people frantic there. They were just overwhelmed. And, sometimes I know that life can come at us 150 miles an hour. I get it. But sometimes you just got to really step back and just focus on, hey, come on, let's not get overwhelmed by the situation. Let's focus on what it is I can handle in this moment. Sometimes when we get real anxious and we feel life just really spinning out of control, there's some things that I've discovered that have helped me, and I'm sure they will help you as well to just kind of step back and just keep your focus on what it is that's so important. One of the things that I think when we get really anxious and we get overwhelmed is we don't breathe. We don't really breathe. We do that upper chest breathe, and you're not really getting any oxygen to your brain. Those deep breaths, just pause, take those deep breaths way down in your belly. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Just breathe deeply. Get that oxygen into your brain, get that oxygen into your body. And it will just help to really kind of alleviate a lot of that angst that you may have in that moment. And as you start to step back and really take some of that stress away from you with that deep breath, there's always one thing that we can really do in that moment. We may have 15 things we have to do, but there's that one thing in the moment that can make the biggest difference. Focus on what that one thing is and just do it. Because something interesting happens when you just get that one task accomplished. You realize there's something within you that, hey, I can get this done. Maybe this isn't as bad as I'm making it out to be. And the truth on it is when we really kind of get in that soup of life and life just we're spinning out of control, often it's not as bad as we're making it out to be. We've just lost focus on some things, and we've lost that focus, and it's taking us down a road that we don't want to go, and we're just overwhelmed by everything that we have to do. And just accomplishing that one task gives you a sense of accomplishment. We have those tasks. You know what? Write them down. Write them down on a piece of paper so that you can clearly see what it is, and write them out in detail of what you have to accomplish. And it puts it in perspective. It puts it in perspective as to what you need to get accomplished. Hang it up somewhere and prioritize which task needs to happen first and kind of go down that list. And when you've accomplished one task, cross it off. Just cross it off that list. It's done. It's in the past. Move on to the next task. When you get that task accomplished, cross it off. And you can keep moving down that list. But be very detailed in what it is you have to accomplish in each of those things. Think about it, eating an elephant. How do you eat an elephant? You eat it one bite at a time. And if you have all these tasks to accomplish, you got to do them one at a time. Just focus, be clear, be very specific on those things. And when you do that, it just feels like a lot of pressure is taken off you. That weight of the world's weighing you down may be lifted off. And you feel like, hey, I can get this done. I can get this done. And remember that we're in that situation where we feel like we have so much things that need to be accomplished and not enough time. You didn't get there overnight, and you're not going to get out of that in an instant. But as you start ticking off those things one at a time, you'll start to get a feeling of accomplishment and belief of what can happen, of how you can take that next step, of how you can become um, less overwhelmed, less anxious. And let's face it, most of the things we worry about and get anxious about don't really materialize. They don't materialize. So just focus on what you can get done in that moment. And when you're clear on what it is you want to accomplish, I call it your main thing. So keep your main thing as your main thing, then your main thing will always be your main thing. That's where your focus needs to lie. What is your main thing? What do all these tasks together accomplish? That's your main thing. And make that your priority that me completing all these tasks gets me to my main thing. And it gives you a sense of exhilaration, a sense of achievement, a sense of accomplishment. You can get this stuff done. And that's what's important is that you can get things done when you are intentional and very clear on what it is you want to do. So how do I serve people? I help them to get very clear and specific on those things in their life that they know they want to do. They know they want to accomplish. And that's where I help people to create that level of clarity so they can take that next step and start living that life that they thought was not possible. If something sounds interesting to you, hey, jump my calendar. I would love to have that conversation with you and bring clarity into your life so that you can focus on what it is you want to accomplish. You can create that main thing and keep your main thing always as your main thing. And that's what's important. When you know your main thing, everything you do has to be focused on that. So, just some thoughts that I have. If you feel like life is just spinning out of control, step back, pause for a moment, breathe deep, maybe do a little meditation, go for a walk. Just go for a walk and just kind of think things through. Just let your mind clear and then come back and you're focused. One of the things I think is very powerful as well, write that down, write everything down in a journal, on a piece of paper, whatever it may be. If you have a lot of stuff to accomplish, be very specific on those things that need to get done in order to get that task out of the way. Because when you are able to tick each of those off, something just different happens in your mindset. The overwhelm, the anxiety just goes away, and you're able to focus clearly on what needs to be done in the moment. So, those are just some thoughts I have. If you find yourself truly overwhelmed in life, I would love to help you. I would love to serve you. I'd love to have that conversation with you and see what we can do to allow you to become empowered to take that next great step in your life as you become that person you know you're ready to be. You just need a little bit of clarity around that. So, hope everything goes well with you on this Wednesday. Like I said, we down here in Southwest Florida. Hey, we're dealing with Milton right now. It's just part of life of living in this part of the country. You just got to deal with it. But hey, we'll get through this. All will be well. And I hope to see you on the other side of this. Let's make this a fantastic day. Be the best version of who you know you want to be. Peace out.